오지 마세요. 진짜.
Jungkook in tears in Taehyung's arms. Is Jimin's health declining? A startling scene unfolded recently that has left fans around the world in a state of intense worry. Jungkook, normally composed and cheerful, was seen breaking down in the arms of Taehyung. What triggered such a profound emotional reaction from the youngest BTS member? Could this be connected to concerns over Jimin's health? The images and videos circulating online have sparked a wave of speculation and unease among the global ARMY community, leaving many questioning the well-being of one of the group's most beloved members. The circumstances that led to this emotionally charged moment are complex. Several weeks ago, Jimin was in Los Angeles, enduring an exceptionally demanding schedule that reportedly caused significant fatigue. Although the exact details of his condition were not disclosed, the mere knowledge of his exhaustion caused widespread concern among fans, with many expressing their fears publicly and privately, some even reduced to tears over the potential severity of his situation. Fast forward to recent days in Korea, where Jungkook celebrated his 28th birthday alongside Taehyung. On the surface, it was meant to be a joyful occasion, yet what transpired defied expectations. During the celebration, cameras and witnesses captured Jungkook in a highly vulnerable state, crying openly while held by Taehyung. Social media erupted immediately, with fans interpreting Jungkook's tears as a reaction to Jimin's ongoing health struggles. The image of Jungkook's distress, juxtaposed with Taehyung's calm and supportive presence, created an intense emotional narrative that quickly spread across online communities. Despite the growing concern, no official clarification regarding Jimin's health has been provided. While reports indicate that Jimin is primarily suffering from fatigue, the lack of formal statements leaves room for speculation, amplifying anxiety among ARMY members. This absence of information has led to rampant conjecture, with some fearing a more serious health issue, while others question the pressures of the entertainment industry and its impact on artists' physical and mental well-being. The situation raises several pressing questions. Why was Jimin absent during such a significant moment in Jungkook's life? His absence has fueled debate among fans, some of whom suggest that Jungkook's emotional reliance on Taehyung highlights the depth of the concern he feels for his fellow member. Others have wondered whether the trio's dynamic is shifting due to health-related absences and whether this might affect future interactions and public appearances. Adding to the intrigue, unconfirmed reports have emerged suggesting that Jungkook was seen embracing Jimin at a hospital, with Taehyung reportedly rushing to the location upon learning of the situation. If accurate, this scenario underscores the immediacy and intensity of the concern among BTS members for one another. Fans have interpreted these moments as a testament to the strong bond between the members, yet they also highlight the vulnerabilities inherent in a high-pressure, public-facing lifestyle. The optics of the situation have not gone unnoticed. Social media is filled with fan discussions comparing the interactions between Jimin, Jungkook, and Taehyung. Many express frustration over the absence of concrete information regarding Jimin's health, leading to heated debates about transparency and the responsibility of agencies to communicate clearly with the public. Others, however, urge caution, reminding fans that exhaustion and minor health setbacks are common in demanding careers and that assumptions can exacerbate unnecessary worry. The intensity of Jungkook's tears, combined with Taehyung's immediate response, has been interpreted by many as more than just a moment of empathy. It is seen as an emotional signal pointing toward the severity of Jimin's condition, whatever it may be. Fans continue to analyze every publicly available image and video, searching for hints, gestures, or subtle interactions that might indicate the real state of Jimin's health. The speculation ranges from mild concern to urgent anxiety, reflecting the profound attachment and protective instincts ARMY members feel toward each individual in BTS. Questions also arise regarding the potential impact of this incident on upcoming activities. With Jimin's health under scrutiny, fans are concerned about his ability to participate in concerts, fan events, or media appearances. While there is no indication of long-term issues, the uncertainty itself has heightened the emotional stakes for both fans and fellow members. In particular, the juxtaposition of Jungkook's public breakdown and Jimin's absence has amplified attention to the physical and emotional toll faced by idols navigating continuous schedules, international travel, and global scrutiny. What is undeniable is the palpable tension in the interactions between the members. The video of Jungkook crying in Taehyung's arms conveys vulnerability, intimacy, and urgency. Taehyung's role as a supportive presence contrasts sharply with Jimin's absence, underscoring both the closeness of the friendship and the anxiety surrounding a member whose well-being is currently uncertain. Fans have noted the emotional resonance of this moment, emphasizing that the visible distress is a rare glimpse into the private struggles behind the polished public personas of global stars. This incident also highlights a broader conversation about the mental and physical health of performers in high-pressure environments. Jimin's fatigue, though reportedly not severe, has triggered widespread alarm, raising questions about workload, rest, and self-care in the entertainment industry. The emotional responses of Jungkook and Taehyung serve as stark reminders that even those who appear strong and resilient are not immune to stress, concern, and emotional strain. As the situation develops, speculation continues regarding the steps being taken to ensure Jimin's recovery and the potential implications for BTS's activities. Fans remain vigilant, monitoring every update for signs of improvement or further complications. Meanwhile, the emotional images of Jungkook's tears and Taehyung's comforting embrace remain etched in public consciousness, fueling both hope for a swift recovery and anxiety about possible challenges ahead. The scenario underscores the interdependence and deep personal bonds among BTS members. Public displays of concern, such as Jungkook's emotional reaction, provide rare insights into the profound sense of responsibility members feel toward one another. In this context, the absence of Jimin is not merely a physical gap. It is an emotional void that has triggered intense reactions among fans, magnifying the significance of every gesture, tear, and embrace. Ultimately, this unfolding story serves as a powerful reminder of the human realities behind global fame. While fans eagerly await updates on Jimin's health, the emotional toll on his fellow members, particularly Jungkook, is equally apparent. The raw vulnerability captured in these moments reflects both the pressures faced by idols and the extraordinary depth of the relationships that sustain them. In the coming days, the ARMY community will continue to seek clarity and reassurance. Every new photograph, video, or report will be scrutinized for insight into Jimin's condition and the emotional state of the members. Whether this situation represents a temporary setback due to fatigue or hints at a more serious concern, the visible emotional impact on Jungkook and the immediate response from Taehyung have already left an indelible impression on fans worldwide. Questions linger. Will Jimin be able to participate fully in upcoming commitments? How will the members navigate this period of uncertainty while maintaining public appearances and personal well-being? And perhaps most importantly, what does this reveal about the hidden pressures faced by individuals who perform under the constant scrutiny of millions of devoted fans? For now, the images of Jungkook in tears, cradled by Taehyung, offer both a source of worry and a testament to the enduring bonds of friendship within BTS. Fans continue to watch, hope, and question, fully aware that behind every public performance lies a network of relationships, emotions, and challenges that are rarely visible but profoundly impactful. The incident has left an unmistakable mark on the global fandom, igniting conversations, emotions, and speculation. As the ARMY navigates this period of uncertainty, the emotional resonance of Jungkook's tears in Taehyung's arms will remain a central point of reflection, reminding fans of both the vulnerability and resilience of the members they admire so deeply. Even as official statements remain absent, the narrative has already taken shape in the collective consciousness. Jimin's health, though reportedly manageable, has triggered visible emotional reactions, raising awareness of the immense pressures inherent in their profession. The unfolding situation continues to evoke empathy, concern, and speculation, drawing global attention to both the personal and professional realities of one of the world's most renowned music groups. And this ongoing story, every gesture, embrace, and tear carries weight, prompting fans to remain alert and emotionally invested. As Jungkook's vulnerability and Taehyung's protective presence illustrate, the personal dynamics within BTS are as compelling and impactful as their music, offering rare and sobering insights into the lives behind the spotlight. The world watches, questions, and waits. Will Jimin recover fully and swiftly? How will the members navigate the interplay of health, emotion, and public expectation? And what lessons might this reveal about care, transparency? The unfolding narrative surrounding Jungkook's emotional breakdown in Taehyung's arms compels an urgent reflection. Can we discern the line between observable fact and media-constructed speculation? The images circulating on platforms such as TikTok, YouTube, and Twitter show Jungkook in a state of profound vulnerability, yet how much of the ensuing interpretation reflects reality, and how much is shaped by the lens of sensationalist media coverage? Viewers are prompted to ask themselves whether the visual evidence is sufficient to substantiate claims regarding Jimin's health, or if it merely serves as a catalyst for heightened public engagement and emotional response. Consider the psychological weight of witnessing a celebrity, particularly one of Jungkook's global prominence, in tears. Is the emotional intensity we perceive inherently linked to a verified health concern, or does it risk being amplified by pre-existing anxieties within the fandom? The distinction is crucial, as it frames the discussion between legitimate concern for Jimin's well-being and the potential manipulation of collective emotions for digital traction. Are we observing an authentic moment of interpersonal solidarity, or a scenario interpreted through the speculative imagination of a devoted but information-limited audience? Reports suggest that Jimin's recent fatigue in Los Angeles may have contributed to the concern, yet these accounts remain unverified by formal medical disclosure. How, then, should observers calibrate their reactions to information sourced from social media, where immediacy often overrides verification? Every post, clip, and commentary carries the weight of presumed authority, yet each could simultaneously propagate misunderstanding. Are we prepared to accept secondary interpretations as truth, or will we exercise a disciplined skepticism that recognizes the gap between observation and confirmation? The juxtaposition of Jungkook's apparent distress with Taehyung's supportive presence further complicates the narrative. It is undeniable that physical comfort and emotional reassurance are significant, yet the interpretation of such gestures is inherently subjective. Fans and viewers may perceive urgency, alarm, or crisis, but can these impressions be equated with verified information regarding Jimin's condition? How much of our emotional investment is informed by observable fact, and how much is constructed by the interplay of media framing, visual cues, and narrative expectation? In examining the broader implications, one must question the ethics of consuming and disseminating such imagery. Does widespread sharing of emotionally charged content enhance understanding, or does it risk reinforcing assumptions without substantiation? The modern media ecosystem often rewards immediacy and virality over accuracy, prompting reflection. Are our reactions shaped by evidence, or are they reflexive responses to the spectacle presented? Are we inadvertently participating in the construction of a narrative that privileges engagement over truth? The phenomenon raises an essential question regarding the interpretive responsibility of audiences. How can one critically assess the veracity of information amidst fragmented reporting? When the source material is drawn from TikTok clips, YouTube compilations, Twitter posts, and various media outlets, each with differing editorial standards, the potential for distortion is considerable. Should viewers suspend judgment until corroborated data emerges, or is it inevitable that speculation will fill informational voids? What mechanisms exist to distinguish between factual reporting and content designed primarily to provoke emotional or viral responses? Consider, 2. The implications of confirmation bias within fandom communities. ARMY members are deeply invested in the well-being of each BTS member. Yet does this attachment increase susceptibility to unverified narratives? Are emotional responses clouding judgment, leading to assumptions that may or may not align with reality? How can one navigate the tension between empathy, concern, and critical scrutiny, ensuring that care for individuals does not inadvertently validate misinformation? Every analysis of Jungkook's tears and Jimin's reported fatigue must be tempered by the recognition of uncertainty. Even when corroborative reports appear across multiple social media channels, the verification of authenticity remains essential. Are the videos and images captured accurately reflective of events, or have they been edited, framed, or interpreted in a manner that amplifies perceived urgency? Is it possible that what is widely circulated as fact is, in fact, a partial or contextually skewed representation of reality? Furthermore, one must interrogate the motives behind the dissemination of such content. Does the propagation of emotionally charged imagery serve journalistic or informational purposes, or does it cater primarily to sensationalism? Engagement metrics and the algorithmic imperatives of social media platforms? Are we, as viewers, unwittingly complicit in prioritizing virality over verifiable truth? How can we balance the human impulse to empathize with celebrities with the equally critical imperative to demand evidence and context? The ethical dimension extends beyond audience behavior to the creators and distributors of content. Platforms that circulate raw footage or interpretive commentary wield significant influence over public perception. Are these platforms exercising due diligence in verifying the authenticity of materials, or are they exploiting emotional resonance to drive viewership? Should consumers accept visual and textual content at face value, or maintain a posture of informed skepticism, recognizing that digital representation may not equate to factual representation? This scenario also invites reflection on the responsibility of reporting institutions and media creators. Without clear medical updates or statements from credible sources, the vacuum of information can foster misinformation. Are we prepared to critically evaluate content originating from social media and less regulated channels, rather than relying on collective sentiment or hearsay? How do we ensure that public discourse is grounded in a balanced assessment of fact, rather than conjecture intensified by visual or emotional cues? Ultimately, viewers must confront a critical question. Do we genuinely believe in the narrative as it is presented, or are we participants in a constructed spectacle designed to elicit emotional response and maximize visibility? Is the distress observed in Jungkook an unambiguous indicator of Jimin's health status, or might it be an isolated emotional moment whose significance is amplified by media framing and collective speculation? Can we distinguish between empathy-driven interpretation and evidence-based understanding? As the public continues to engage with these reports, it is vital to maintain a rigorous analytical stance. Reflective skepticism requires questioning the origin, context, and reliability of each piece of information. Are the accounts derived from direct observation, verified reporting, or secondary amplification? How might cognitive biases, communal assumptions, or sensationalist framing influence perception and judgment? Are viewers exercising due diligence, or succumbing to the allure of immediate emotional gratification? In conclusion, the images of Jungkook's tears, Taehyung's comforting embrace, and Jimin's reported fatigue present a compelling, yet complex tableau that demands careful consideration. While emotional reactions are natural, the interpretation of such events must be mediated by critical inquiry, reflective skepticism, and acknowledgement of informational limitations. Are we, as consumers of this narrative, capable of distinguishing between authentic circumstance and media-constructed drama? Are we critically evaluating the sources, context, and veracity of each report? Or are we allowing speculation and emotional resonance to guide perception? The responsibility to discern truth from speculation is not merely academic. It has tangible implications for how audiences understand the lives and challenges of public figures. In an age dominated by instantaneous media dissemination, the ability to think critically, question assumptions, and reflect on the motives behind content is paramount. As ARMY members, media consumers, and observers of global celebrity culture, the choice rests with us: to accept narratives at face value, or to engage with them in a manner that is informed, reflective, and discerning. The situation remains dynamic. Fans are encouraged to continue observing developments with measured scrutiny, questioning assumptions, and reflecting on the broader ethical dimensions of media consumption. Every post, clip, and commentary is an opportunity to practice critical thinking. Are the images and reports we encounter reflective of truth, or have they been selectively curated to evoke response, drive engagement, or sensationalize circumstance? How does one separate factual reporting from narrative embellishment, emotional interpretation, or deliberate construction for viral consumption? In the final analysis, the intersection of celebrity, media, and public perception is fraught with complexity. Jungkook's visible distress, Taehyung's supportive presence, and Jimin's reported health challenges offer a case study in both emotional resonance and the need for critical scrutiny. The questions posed to audiences are simple yet profound. Do you truly believe this narrative as it is presented? Or do you recognize the potential for construction, manipulation, and sensationalism? Are your reactions guided by verified fact, or by the compelling, yet unverified, visual and textual cues circulating across global platforms?